Hello everyone. Today I am here at Chauhan, our campus here, University of Queensland, and this is my research facility. I want to show some of these weeds here. You see there here, these tree weeds are a really big problem also. If you see, I think from a distance, I am not sure whether it is clear or not, but if you see, this is tree. I hope you can identify this one. It's a neem. So many of you will get surprised that, oh, it's neem, why is saying weed? So in Australia, neem is considered actually a weed. It was introduced actually from India and here, but it was never commercialized, could not really grow it. What happens in further north, far north Queensland, where birds actually feed on its fruits, and then they sit along water channels and drop there those seeds, and they actually grow there in very thin seedlings, and it's really affecting growers' property. So for them it's a weed. Now I think we know already that it's very it has got medicinal values. It's used also as animal feed, also it's an insect repellent. We use always in like as a tooth brush. So we know already there. Also if you are from rural areas, even in Africa, Asia, India, we dry its leaves and then make smoke so that you can get rid of these mosquitoes. But here, because I think always if something you want to get benefit of, there should be some commercial partner. So here it was not really taken up by any company, so it's become a weed. So people now they try to kill it. Okay, so here these were only 5 or 6 now plants. They were brought earlier, and now I think no one is doing any research on these ones, so they are just sitting there. But it's my research facility, so I just sometimes take these leaves, grow there. Second one, yeah, here sometimes people call it it's a wild sunflower, but I think the name is not really correct. It's verbicina, that crown weird and it's a broadleaf weed. So that's there, this one. In simple terms, yes, we can call it wild sunflower. Then we see here this one. This is looks like tobacco, and it is, but it is wild tobacco. If you see these leaves, this is wild tobacco, and if you see these fruits, this whole this plant can go 4 or 5 meter tall. So this is all wild tobacco. Another one is this one. See, this one looks like a sorghum and seeds here. I think many people, if they are working in the sorghum area, they can easily identify. This is called Johnson grass. This already. So we got first glyphosate resistant Johnson grass in Australia. We reported that from central Queensland, which is near Emerald here. So this Johnson grass really a big problem because it's a perennial weed. It produces lots of rhizomes. We have a student, and she grew some Johnson grass in these big pots, and then we also collected some rhizomes from these one. Yeah, and we are now studying difference between when plants emerge from seeds versus rhizomes. So that's Johnson grass. Then we have got some other research going on here where it's about seed bank studies, where we have buried seeds at different depths, and also there it's about emergence pattern. If you come on this side, that's a breeder here. It's growing. It's mustard nola. This weed, now Many of you have seen here this weed. It's in the US they call it horseweed, but it's a tall fleabane we call it. There are three fleabanes in Australia. Tall fleabane, which is Coniza sumatrensis, or Canadian fleabane, Coniza canadensis, and then our main one is flaxleaf fleabane. I think somewhere, so that's called flaxleaf fleabane, and it's Coniza bonariensis. This is our common one, and I think now 100% of this flaxleaf fleabane populations have evolved resistance to glyphosate in Australia. This one is tall fleabane. It was the first case we reported resistant to glyphosate as well as paraquat, and now paraquat has got some restrictions, so still we can't really use at that high rates here. There are some other weeds here growing. If you see this one, and you can easily see some of those spines. So this looks like a lettuce. So now you know what I'm talking about. It's called prickly lettuce. It can grow very tall, like more than 1 meter, and seeds blow away from one place to another one. So these are other some plants. Here, this is another weed, and which I have explained in my other videos. This one is called wireweed. Wireweed, again, it's a broadleaf weed. It's not really very competitive. It grows very near to the ground, but it affects grain harvest. It's called Polygonum aviculari, highly dormant. Its seeds are dormant, and you need scarification, but in natural conditions that scarification happens when you have got fluctuations in temperature or weather or moisture on the soil surface. This is another big problem, and it's really hard to control. If you see here, we call here this one dead nettle, Lemium amplexicol. It's really difficult to control with many of these auxin herbicides. Very difficult. We have tried even metsulfuron 2,4-D. It's really difficult. So you may have to use a combination of different herbicides here. Used to have my all trials on this side, but now we have moved our all trials from here to Warwick. Here mostly it looks like black oats or wild oats, what we call it. I think that's it. Some of them we have already sprayed glyphosate. Now this one, I will talk about this particular weed in a separate video, but just to show you here, it's actually a summer weed. Our main problematic weed, we call it feathertop Rhodes grass or Chloris genus. So there are two species here, Chloris virgata and Chloris truncata, and there is a pasture one which is called Rhodes grass, which is Chloris guyana. So this is feathertop Rhodes grass. It was considered a major summer weed, but now we have proved that it can also germinate in winter. May not be that competitive in winter crops, but these seeds, you can see these black seeds, they blow away always with wind and create problem. Highly drought tolerant, very shallow root. If you see here, root very shallow, and it survives throughout this summer here. They can produce 50, 60, 70,000 seeds per plant, and it's naturally tolerant to glyphosate. You can kill when you spray at very small stage, but naturally tolerant. That's why you don't really see its name on the glyphosate label. Okay, yeah, that one, thank you.